Good Saturday morning, everyone in YouTube land. Sarah and Disney here for our third installment of Plus and Minus. And before we get into that, I do want to discuss the movies from last night, just shortly. I'm not really going to go into them very much. Mama's not bad. It was decent for what it was. I don't like Jessica Chastain with the short hair. It doesn't work for me. And she was playing a little too... I know she's supposed to be a single girl, and she's trying to be a parent, and that old chestnut about not being able to be ready and whatnot. But, seriously, it didn't work for me. And like AJ said, her texting skills withstanding in Zero Dark 30, I didn't like the character. I mean, the movie was decent. It had some jump scares that actually worked for me. There was a few that were really good. And the movie overall is not what you're expecting either. And I think that's what made me enjoy it more. I'll be the first to admit, The Last Stand is pretty good. After watching all the documentaries and the foreign films and the shorts and everything, well, we haven't watched shorts yet, but we're going to probably after this video airs, we are going to watch a lot more sophisticated movies and movies we have to watch, because I still have to watch the foreign movies, Rust and Bone, A Royal Affair, Kon-Tiki. I still have to watch this stuff before the Oscars. But after watching all of that, it's sometimes nice to just sit back and just forget where you are and enjoy a movie. Now, The Last Stand isn't going to win any awards, but, you know, honestly, it was pretty good, and I liked it. It's funny. I like the Tarantino-esque, trademark AJ, killings. I like the deaths. They were done really well. The violence was done really well. I like the supporting cast. Johnny Knoxville did a great job as usual. Louis Guzman did a great job. I enjoy that. And if you, like I said, I told you about the Jack Reacher a while back, about Cruise trying to make the closest thing to a Jack Slater movie you would get. Well, basically what The Last Stand is pretty much a combination of a more hardcore version of The Chase mixed with a Jack Slater movie. When Jack Slater has given up being a police officer in the city and he's moved to a small rural town, I believe in Nevada, somewhere outside of Vegas. I don't remember exactly where it was off the top of my head, but I know it's somewhere in that area, the desolate area close to between Nevada and California. And California, how appropriate. But anyway, basically he becomes the town sheriff, and he partners up with Louis Guzman and Johnny Knoxville and a couple other people whose names escape me at this moment. And they go after Benedict, who has now changed a little bit as well, but still has the ginormous tool beard that he always has. And I liked the movie, and it was good. It was very well done. Now, what was not very well done was Broken City, and my God, like AJ said, the pacing was just outstandingly bad. I don't think it really works together as a combination of words, but it's going to for this case, because it was just terrible. Once again, I didn't hate Russell Crowe. I liked his ruthless mayor character. That was good. And Marky Mark did a good job for what it was. Kyle Chandler, of course, is really, really, really busy this year and in 2012. But interesting role, interesting movie. I'd like to be able to say that, but I can't. Just terrible, terrible movie. There's a whole lot of flaws to it. Not enough Russell Crowe, and I'll never, ever say that again. So bask in that, all the people that know how much I hate Russell Crowe. Strangely enough, we're going to watch Les Mis tonight. I get to watch him die, so yay! Since I really don't like Russell Crowe. You know, if he's ever wants to quit acting, I'm sure Ed Harris would gladly take him on selling lemons on the side of the road in California to not take away from Ed Harris's orange sales. But anyway, another inside joke. But those are the movies from last night. Went to McDonald's, didn't go to Long John's because it's a little chilly outside. Well, it was yesterday. It's went up like 20 degrees, so now it's basically a heat wave compared to yesterday. And by Tuesday, we'll be down to 19, so that's going to be wonderful. But luckily, with any luck, I only got to work 5 hours, then a B-dubs. So I really won't have to deal with that very much. And Monday I work all day, thanks to the change in my schedule, which is awesome. And 3 hours, people, honestly, I'll take it. I really will. As long as there's not an award show or The Apprentice or wrestling involved, or I don't have something planned with AJ, honestly, I'll take hours. I gladly will. And I'll take them from people. I don't care. I'm shameless when it comes to taking hours. But that's basically what I wanted to say about that, which is not my outro. It's kind of a roundabout way to get to it. And now we get into plus and minus. Plus and minus has been really interesting. We've had some fun lately. I mean, I had fun with Epcot, had fun with Universal Studios Florida, and now we're at Animal Kingdom. And Animal Kingdom is a park I don't frequent very often. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about real quick is I like how the bus system is. I'd like there to be some more buses. That'd be nice. Maybe some more frequency of buses. That's another thing I really don't mention. I'll mention in the Magic Kingdom video, which is coming up in a couple weeks. When it comes down to it, honestly, the frequency of buses and the size of buses is pretty bad. It's getting better. Like these new Mears coach buses that I was getting at the Magic Kingdom in December, pretty good. I like it. They're ginormous, luxury buses. They're not just the normal Disney transportation buses, so that's definitely a step in the right direction. A lot more of those would be needed, because at the end of the night, when you're trying to leave, it could be any resort, but we'll go with value resorts, and value resorts are probably the biggest problem. The biggest offender when it comes to this problem. Art of Animation, Pop Century, and the All-Stars all have 9,000-mile lines once you leave the park. Well, when the park actually closes, and maybe an hour or 2 hours after the park closes. Now, a little bit more longer after, if you wait a little longer and you sit around, do the kiss goodnight at Magic Kingdom, you wait until you get the announcement and you close out the park, you won't have to wait as long, because me and my good friend Josh Phelps, hello Josh, well, I believe it's at Superman's JGP. I'm not reading that off my head. I don't have anything in front of me, so I'm going to go with that. I believe that's correct. Josh, correct me if you'd like. I will see you in September, sir, and definitely see you for a reunion this year, hopefully. But we actually just bombed out in a place, had to go back to the same resort, and when it came down to it, honestly, we were the only ones on the bus, and that was awesome. I was only waiting about an extra 45 minutes than you would normally. So usually I clear out the park, clear out all the people that are shopping, and then we do the kiss goodnight, we do the announcement, thank you for joining us today, yada yada yada, and then basically you leave the park, because that's how you do it. It's a good way to do it in the Magic Kingdom. Animal Kingdom, you're pretty much just dealing with it either way, because the latest you'll be there is 8 o'clock, and that doesn't happen very often anymore. It does during the longer days of the year, when it's a lot more busy. But speaking of Animal Kingdom, we're going to go to that. The buses are fine. We'll start with the Oasis, which of course is my favorite band of all time. Anyway, that was horrible, I know, I'm sorry. But the exhibits are fine. Maybe add some more diverse animals. And not try to scare me like crazy when coming out with a ginormous spider behind me. Not cool. Not cool, cast members, not cool. Rainforest Cafe, unlike everybody in the known universe, and by known universe I mean the WDW Today group, I like it, Rainforest Cafe. I don't mind the Landry's restaurants. I like the T-Rex Cafe. I enjoy it very much. I'm definitely going back in September, and I'm definitely taking Will in December. But and I'm going to take him to Rainforest as well, because the brand new Volcano is about to open in maybe a month, 2 months, at Rainforest Cafe at Downtown Disney. And I don't know which one I want to go to yet. It'll be one of the two. Haven't quite decided. Probably going to hit them both up because I want to see the differences. Obviously, the menu's not going to be any different. And I definitely want another Icy, because those were really awesome, and that was really cool. So Rainforest I got no problems with. Rainforest is actually one of my best kept secrets, because if you walk through the gift shop and you walk outside, there is a turnstile that a cast member is waiting at, and you can bypass the front of the park and just basically get right into, headed towards Discovery Island. So that's a little tip if you don't want to walk through all the foliage, that's such a weird word, isn't it? Walk through all the paths and everything. You're going to have to walk that a little bit, but you bypass most of it when you walk that way, and that's pretty awesome. Now, Discovery Island I'm fine with. It's tough to be a bug. Scares a couple people, but it's alright. You could put another thing in the Tree of Life if you really wanted to, And maybe if you want, you can, but honestly, I think Tough to Be a Bug's fine. Maybe change up the show a little bit. The trails are fine. Everything's okay. I don't mind the restaurants in Discovery Island. I've never been to Flame Tree or Pizza Safari because of the menu. Maybe add some more diverse menu items, and by diverse menu items, in my language, that means food Dustin can eat. I don't know who Dustin is. I mean, honestly, yeah. So food that Sir Owen can eat would be amazing. I don't know. I mean, people named Dustin, people named Jason, people named Tony, people named Todd or Tucker, and whoa, no, not safe for work if I continue that. Rest in peace, George Carlin. But basically, just food that I can eat. And honestly, when it comes down to it, it doesn't really help that Flame Tree Barbecue is a barbecue joint that I can't frequent. I don't like that. So we'll do something about that. Pizza Safari is fine, just another counter service Disney pizza restaurant, which is a bad thing. I would try to get a better chef to make not Disney pizza. I think Disney pizza should be eliminated, and I think the people that are on Cruise Line do it right. And like I said, I got really addicted to that barbecue chicken pizza at Luigi's on the Disney Fantasy, and I can't wait to have it again. And I even had it at meals as my appetizer. That was awesome. Thank you, Benny. You are an awesome, awesome waiter. But anyway, when it comes down to it, I think that the pizza can be changed, and I think everyone would be appreciative of having real pizza and real good pizza, so you don't have to call Flippers, or you don't have to, and I tried to, and they didn't deliver to Disney property, and that's not cool, Flippers. Very not cool. You need to figure out a way to deliver to Lake Buena Vista. But I might try that again sometime. Maybe I can get one of the WDW Today group to go in halvesies on me with a pizza so I can try the amazing Flippers pizza sometime for reunion this year. So, fingers crossed on that one. Now Camp Mini Mickey is about to be eliminated, so we're going to go ahead and make that elimination, and we're going to go into the world of one of the most overrated movies of all time, which is Avatar. Now, the Pandora area will work. Now, it won't work for an elongated amount of time because there's not enough fans of the movie to push this, and Jimmy C is very, very controlling, as the Disney Imagineers have already found out, especially Joe Rohde. But when it comes down to it, this area could work. I mean, maybe, I don't know if there's going to be a specialty drink like we have at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, which is basically what Avatar is. It's basically competing against Harry Potter, because it's pretty much a theme park within a theme park that's not a theme park within a theme park, if that makes any sense. Wow, did I just blow your mind? Anyway, so we get rid of the Festival of Lion King. We move it all the way to Africa, and I'll get to that in a minute. So, Camp Mini Mickey, done the party, it's gone. Now we're going to focus on Pandora. We have characters, we have the world of Pandora. I hear this flatboat ride that maybe go around the area that introduce you to the world of Pandora, maybe a dark ride of some sorts. That works. And like a Soarin'-esque flight over Pandora, that works. Maybe some sort of a mini roller coaster, that'd be nice. That works, because Animal Kingdom, by and large, does not have enough attractions. And I'll get to that when we get to the rest of the park. We're already 13 minutes in, and we have not really discussed the park yet. Excuse me. But, so that's Pandora. I don't know if there's a specialty drink, maybe some sort of a blue concoction. I don't know what it would be. Maybe something that, like, smokes. I don't remember much about Avatar, and I don't really want to. So, the flying, I have no problems with that. That'll work. There's a dark ride. That'll work. A flat ride. That'll work. That'll be good for now. Now, Africa, of course, you have the trails, and you have the Kilimanjaro Safari. Kilimanjaro Safari is amazing. It's basically like you're going through a zoo, but it's a really, really cool zoo and a really awesome place. And obviously you're traveling in the back of a Jeep, which is awesome. I like how they killed the storyline with Big Red, because it made a lot of kids really scared and cry, because I dealt with a lot of them many years ago. But Kilimanjaro Safari is awesome. I mean, if anything, make it longer. I have no problems with that. Make some sort of a walking area. I don't know if that would actually work, but make it like you would get off the Jeep at some points and walk around and get even closer to the animals. Kind of like you can get closer to the animals at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, which I'll find out real soon in about 7 months. Yes, that's going to be awesome. I cannot wait to go to Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's going to be awesome because I've never been there. I've never even been there, period. Never walked there, never took a bus there. I don't know how you could walk there, but never been there, period. And it's going to be really cool, and I cannot wait to finally eat at Jico. Yes, I'm going to pay the billions of dollars so I can eat at Jico, and it's going to be awesome. And the Zebra Domes, cannot wait for those either. Now, especially because they can be delivered to my stateroom. Or my room in this case. My villa. Yeah, that sounds great. Now, Africa, of course, will bring in a Festival of the Lion King when it reopens. I guess you're just going to have to build a structure. That'll be fine. And you got Tusker House is okay. All the quick service spots are alright. Now, Rafiki's Planet Watch is pretty much just nothing. Can't really do anything with it. Now, there's two things you can do. Either A, you can knock out Planet Watch, like get rid of it completely, 100% completely. Because we have the conservation mantra in the entire parks. So we don't really need Rafiki's Planet Watch. There's really nothing you can do there. Take the animals and move them to a different area. Maybe make the Discovery Island a little bit bigger, like give them a little spot there. Get rid of the Planet Watch completely. And you have the train, so the train can stay, but take the animals, move them out, and I think that if you want to bring in an animal that is not seen, how about pandas? There's been rumors about pandas being brought in from China at Animal Kingdom for years, and I think this might be the perfect time to actually do it, and it'll basically make the area new again, and that's always a good thing. That's the thing about plus and minus, being able to plus it up, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're bringing in pandas. Maybe some kids rides, possibly. Make that a kids area, and if you want to do Camp Mini Mickey, there you go, boom, move it to the Planet Watch. That'll work really well. And you can have like a petting zoo, you can do, which is the affection station basically, and pretty much just make it a kids area. So that would work really well. We're going to Asia, and this is of course the area that most people spend the most time in, and that would be basically the first is Flights of Wonder. Now, I'm a big fan of Flights of Wonder. I know if you're not a bird fan, it still works because it's really funny. I really enjoy it. And I enjoy the actors that are involved in it. The Maharaja Jungle Trek is fine. Everest is incredible. Fix Disco Yeti is my only thing I can say. Fix Disco Yeti. And if you can do that, I mean, Everest is flawless. I mean, the queue is incredible. I wish more people could actually go through the queue because the queue has so many small things that people just miss when they're walking at a brisk pace trying to get past it to try to get on the ride. And of course the single rider line totally cuts that out, so it's not the same whether you go and stand by Fast Pass or single rider. I love the single rider line personally because I go by myself every year, but when it comes down to it, you miss a lot of the small intricacies, and you know, I really wish I could see them more often. I've seen them before, but I wish I could just sit back, take pictures, kind of like Tower of Terror. I'd like to sit back, take pictures of the foyer, and basically just walk around in there and not have to worry about going to the library to start the ride. But we'll talk about the studios in a couple weeks anyway. I think it might be 3 weeks from now. I haven't quite decided yet. I don't even know what next week is, but I'll tell you at the end of the video. Kali River Rapids is fine. I don't like getting wet unless I have a poncho on, but Kali River Rapids is good. I would make it a little longer because it's not as long as Grizzly River Rapids at DCA, and I like the theming better at Animal Kingdom, but I think the ride is better at DCA, and I think they need to tweak that a bit, make it a little different. Yak and Yeti's fine. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but I know people like it. So we'll go to the other edge of the park. Yay! And we're going to Bulldoze Dino Land. Yeah, that's right. Get rid of it, finally. No. Actually, I do have some ideas for Dino Land. Dinosaur can stay. Felicia Rashad, shout out. But, Dino Land can stay. It does have a place. It's probably at Six Flags or at your local amusement park. Actually, Camden Park works really well for Dino Land. But, Primeval Hurl, I mean, do something with it. Honestly, do something with it. Fix it or get rid of it. Because it has so many problems. It breaks down all the time. And you just do something with it. I mean, a Wild Mouse coaster does work. Just doesn't work very well here. Now, the best, personally, my favorite show on property, and it's not just because my boy Robbie's involved in it, is Finding Nemo the Musical. And I love Finding Nemo the Musical. It's incredible. It's the Theater of the Wild. right before you get to Dino Land. It's like basically you walk out and you see the ginormous building and you're heading toward Chester and Hester's. And you basically get in line there, and Finding Nemo the Musical is absolutely outstanding. Thank you, Matt. And I will see you reunion this year, sir. But when it comes down to it, I bought the soundtrack. I love it so much. Nemo is amazing. And I love all the characters, and the fact that the script and everything was redone by the people that did Avenue Q, which I really like very much, makes it even better. And Nemo the Musical, stay. I don't care what you do with the area. Just keep it. It's awesome. The Boneyard's fine for kids. I mean, if you want to get rid of it, you can. But, I mean, it's a good place for kids to just bomb out and just chill when they've been running around all day. It gives them a place to run around all day, and it's a little bit more supervised. But parents need to watch their kids a little bit better, because I've seen some interesting things happening in the Boneyard when parents are not around. But, don't worry, I mentioned to a cast member, you're fine. But the one thing that's missing from this Earth Park, as I like to call it, is water. I'm not talking about Collier River Rapids. Now, I think this would be the perfect opportunity to mention the fact that SeaWorld right now is for sale. And it looks like Six Flags is going to get them, and that's a travesty. I'd like to see Cedar Fair get in, because Matt We Met knows how to run a theme park, and he's proved it, definitely. But I don't think Cedar Fair's got the money, so it's not going to happen. Six Flags will probably end up with it, but you know what? In a perfect world, if Walt Disney World could buy the SeaWorld and Busch Gardens parks, number one, we definitely have to do this. This is the only way this would work, honestly. Otherwise, you just have to Disney-fy it, and that'd be fine. Pocahontas worked really well. Really, really well. And the Force Friends show, that of course I've faded completely because I don't like the ginormous snake at the end. But Pocahontas works really well in the parks, and she fits really well with the mantra of Animal Kingdom. I think that Brother Bear log ride I was talking about, if you don't want to put it in Epcot, how about maybe do... Actually, no, I got a better idea that I just thought off the top of my head. You know the Davy Crockett Explorer canoes at Disneyland? Why don't you take that concept, change it around a little bit, and bring it to a Pocahontas-themed area of Animal Kingdom? I think that would work really well. You put them on Discovery River in a small area, and you let people, like, paddle canoes. It'd be awesome. Now, granted, this is just to add more to Animal Kingdom. There's a couple things that I was thinking about. Now, of course, if we're in the perfect world, we get rid of Dinerland completely, except for Finding Nemo the Musical, which I would move to another area in the park. But there's really no area for it. I mean, if you really want to go that direction, I already got rid of the Nemo characters at the Seas at Epcot. So, I could get rid of Finding Nemo the Musical at Epcot and maybe move it to another park, possibly? Maybe a park that's known for movies, possibly? And an area that really, really needs to be used? Let me think about that. And I'll give you some time to think about that, because we're about 23 minutes in right now. And I want to thank you guys for enjoying Animal Kingdom's Plus and Minus. One more thing, bring back the Donald Duck orange juice bars. Those things were my godsend several years ago. I want them back. And more locations for frozen lemonade in the parks, and more non-alcoholic frozen beverages in the parks, because it's always hot and humid in Animal Kingdom. There's barely any shade, a lot more than there used to be. But I need a frozen drink, and I don't drink alcohol. So a frozen drink would be awesome. But there's my plus and minus for the week. You know what? I think I'm going to do something else next week. Next week, our plus and minus, I spoke about it slightly earlier, and that was a little foreshadowing, folks. Next week, we travel to SeaWorld Orlando, and we see what we can do with what different places could buy the parks. A SeaWorld Orlando may be ran by Six Flags, a SeaWorld Orlando ran by Disney, a SeaWorld Orlando ran by Universal. And that will be what we tackle next week in Plus and Minus. And until tomorrow, that's all I got to say about that.